Hey guys, today's video is going to be a movie review of Spider-Man No Way Home, which I saw yesterday, the day after it came out over here. So if this video goes up after that, then oh boy, I've just made an ass of myself. But it's hopefully gonna get just done. Spider-Man No Way Home. What to say about it? Now, there are several conflicting things going on in my brain about this film, and where do I go with them? So, first up, I want to say that the film is pretty good. I don't want to say that it's bad. I do not take that away as what I am saying here. But I have a lot of criticism of it. The things that I really want to bring in, it's very, very fan servicey, and not always in ways that actually add to the story. I think that in some ways it's kind of a bit messy, and it's bringing stuff in just the way that it's just a little bit of fan service stuff, and it doesn't necessarily add to the story the way that they've done some of this stuff in here. As my friend keeps saying, it's a bit of fan wank. Getting past that, it's not a bad film at all. It's a pretty decent film. They've done some stuff pretty competently, and there's some definitely like inciting incident and consequences and etc, and everything plays together. So there's that. I feel like they needed to show some more consequences to Peter's identity being revealed than just he didn't get into college or whatever, and etc. There needed to be a bit more. In the comics, when Peter has had his identity revealed, he's been a fucking grown adult. So the fact that his college decided not to take him on, that's understandable. That makes sense. But I think that there still needed to be some more consequences in like his personal life, if that makes sense. I think that, and in the end, obviously, it goes away. There's some good consequences to actions that are taken throughout the movie. There's some very interesting stuff that goes on there, but I feel like there's a lot that they still should have done differently. I don't know. The thing that I want most to bring away from this is that Spider-Verse did it better. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, the animated film, did this same concept, but a lot better. And I feel like that's partly because it didn't have to constrain itself to live action and the MCU in some ways. It was really nice to see Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire back in the suit. It was really nice to see them and their villains all make some talk and do all of that stuff. I feel like they could have even gone further than they did with some of that aspects, but like, yeah, it's interesting to just bring them back in. And also the one sort of negative aspect of that, however, is the fact that, well, really, there's a bit of almost dick measuring between three different Peters. And, oh dear, some stuff that I felt was really funny was just Ned. Ned was just great throughout this film. Like, he did the whole being a wizard. He actually used the what was it called? The sling ring or whatever it was called from Doctor Strange. That was pretty good. But also, he's like, I promise I won't turn into a villain and try to kill you. Literally what happens with the character that he's based on from the comics is literally like he was a friend of Peter's that got brainwashed to become one of the people that wore the Hobgoblin mask. Like, that's a whole thing. So Maybe he will do that in the future, but I do not know. I really found it interesting that they decided to kill off Aunt May and effectively use that as the Uncle Ben, because Ben's not really had any mention in the MCU Spider-Man. It's interesting that they've I think they used his backpack or this case to something in Far From Home, but it's never really brought attention to in the same way. Like, yeah, I feel like they effectively have done this, and yeah, I do not know what to make of it. It was interesting using the old villains again and using them in this way that kind of played around with the concepts behind them. The whole Doc Ock stuff was very interesting. I feel like they should have... the fact that they all sort of separate and come back together at the end is complicated and weird, because obviously Doc Ock's like, oh, I'll be on your team, and then goes away with the rest of the villains. There was a lot of fan service. I don't think it added as much as it could have done. I feel like there was a bit too much just, if you've watched the previous films, we'll do this thing and it'll be funny, or it'll be a reference. And the Tobey Maguire films have reached such meme status over the last several years, and Andrew Garfield's films were really not given enough of a shot. They needed to do more with them. But, like, yeah, overall, I'd say it's not a bad film, but it could have been something truly great. And that's partly where it hurts. It could have been so much better, but it's still not bad. It's pretty decent. It just could have been so much better. And as I said, Spider-Verse did it incredibly well. So that was a huge bar that it definitely had had a lot of trouble getting anywhere near it. So that is my basic thoughts on Spider-Man No Way Home. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments down below, and hopefully we can reach some sort of communication about this. Please don't be a dick though. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you remember to like and share it and subscribe to my channel. Click on the thumbnails over there to see other videos by me, click on the link in the description down below to join my Discord, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!